Hi guys, welcome back to another timeless reading. This is for Monday, February the 24th, 2025. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards. I was going to breathe. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk. I was going to read from the Astrology Answers tarot deck, and all of a sudden I just saw like the Emperor from the Game of Thrones deck, so I'm just like, okay, let me just go ahead and read from there. Just a heads up, retrograde does start soon, so the 14th. I know it seems like it's a ways off, but just to give you a heads up, you know, you want to get yourself in meditation, or you know what I mean. Sometimes you like to, you know what I mean. Like I used to be like, oh, meditation doesn't really work. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like you know what I mean. It's obviously how much you put into it too, right? You know what I mean. You can't start something and be like, oh, it's gonna fix everything in one day. Like no, it takes constant dedication and effort. I'm just looking for the Emperor card while I'm speaking to you guys. Um, you know, but also, you know, bad days don't mean a bad life. You know what I mean? I did not find the Emperor card, that whole thing, talking to you guys already. But Ace of Coins was the first card that jumped out to me, so I'm going to put that out. So, Ace of Coins, brand new beginning, like a grounding beginning. You know what I mean? Like we always see Pentacles as like a prosperity. It could be prosperity. Brand new beginning in your finances, brand new beginning in your career, but also like see it as like an opportunity to start something new. And you know, this is something you're not going to have to work hard for. This is something that maybe just fall into your lap. You know, so maybe someone's just going to be like, hey, you know what? I was thinking of you. I feel like you'd be the perfect fit for this. You know what I mean? Do you want to come and you know, check this out? I feel like it may be a job opportunity. Oh, there's the Emperor. I feel like it will take you out of the home though. I like with myself, I work remotely, so I feel like that might be a deal breaker for you. But I feel like they're trying to push a lot of us back into the workforce. A lot of us work from home. I feel like with my, you know, situation particularly where they're chopping it up and selling it off, you know, or firing people. I feel like it's like, you know, the inevitable is what, you know, Spirit is saying. So it's just like, you know, that's why I'm just like, you know, go in every single day, do the best I can, and that's all I could do. You know what I mean? I always treat people how I would want to be treated if that was my family on, you know, a trip, or you know, in that situation, or if I was in that situation. I'm empathetic, where it's just like I get where you're coming from. I wish I could do more for a lot of people, but you know, we got to go by policy. So the Emperor. So funny enough, train whistles mean a lot to me. Train horns, not whistles so much, but the train horn means a lot. You know what I mean? And it's just like with me, it's just like my dad saying like, "Hey, I'm here." You know what I mean? So, um, you know, I have been, you know, some years, you know what I mean? It's just like I have come to accept the situation for what it is. You know what I mean? The only reason I bring this up is because I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone. And I feel like Kristen Howard is one of those people that are so real on these platforms where it's just like everything is so fake and phony, and you know, they're selling their soul for a dime. You know what I mean? But I feel like the people you resonate with, sometimes you resonate with them for a long time, sometimes you only resonate with them for a minute. I used to sit there and get messages from, you know, fellow tarot readers, you know what I mean, in my For You page, and I'm just like, I wouldn't follow them, so I start following them. So if I, you know, it doesn't resonate anymore, I just unfollow. You know what I mean? Or I like their energy. I like something about them. I'll keep following. Like Will's a great example from the UK. I love Will's energy. Sometimes his messages resonate with me, sometimes they don't. If they don't, I just, you know, scroll on. But I definitely love and support, not love, admire and support him. I feel like we use those words, love, friend, and all that stuff, a little too loosely. So Six of Cups, funny enough, you know, with this Emperor card, this could be someone stepping forward. But I feel like with myself, you know, I was like, you know, I felt like for once in my life, I felt like I actually resonated with someone in my maternal side of the family. You know, when it comes to faith, gardening, hard worker, driven. I felt like my Aunt Anna is someone that I definitely admired as well in that aspect, where it's hardworking, driven. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, doesn't need a plaque on the wall or anything like that. It's just like that's what feeds our soul food, basically. You know what I mean? So I feel like with the Six of Cups, I feel like especially with my dad coming forward, because he was, you know what I mean, very quiet, and I'm just like, I hope I did not offend you, because that's not what I meant at all. I will never forget what he did for us. I will never forget him being there by my side, even, you know, Shabbat and everything. You know, certain events that have happened, like coming forward and being there for us, and you know, being that strength for us, like, you know what I mean, being someone that I have always wanted someone in my life like this. So, you know what I mean? I will never sit there and trivialize that relationship. I will never sit there and take advantage or um, overlook, you know what I mean? Because sometimes we expect loved ones to be there for us, but it's just like they're free to do what they want. You know what I mean? Like even Shane, like you know what I mean? Like I know that there's certain things that are happening, and you know what I mean, and he is where he needs to be, and I understand that. You know what I mean? It's so funny because I was always saying like we should move to New Brunswick. The kids could grow up together, like my sister's kids, because they're all the same age. I was like they could grow up together, and you know what I mean. Like you could sit there and do your thing, I do my thing, and you know what I mean. And he was just like, what certain events happen. He's like, well, move there, and I feel like that's kind of like him speaking that into truth when certain things happen. Like he will be with us more. You know what I mean? It's just certain things happen in life, and you're just like you wish that person, because he was my person that you can count on, was there. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I should speak with him more. I guess maybe this is going to change how our relationship has transformed. I don't know. Maybe I should try doing that. But I feel like when you lose someone, not lose, but when it's transformed to the point where you can't just text with them or hug them or you know what I mean, just hold their hand. It's just like because I even with my kids, I'll sit there and I'm like like we're all the same way. Like give me your hand, I want to hold your hand. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's the type of family we are. But I feel like that. You know what I mean? I'm very thankful that I have two wonderful, loving, caring boys that always, even though they're teenagers, can be like, mom, cooties. They're very much supportive, I guess you would say, in that way, and understanding. But we're both we're like vice versa. We're the same. So I love the fact that strength comes out. You know what I mean? We are in Pisces. Pisces new moon. You know what I mean? Drying up some of that water. So I'm very much in my emotions. And that's why they kept on saying knocking retrograde, retrograde. I'm like, really? Retrograde already? So I was like, okay, I'll check it when I'm when I'm done work. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing devotion and I'm like, oh, I got to check that out. Sure enough, there it was. It starts on the 14th. But follow the chart that resonates with you. Again, it's like, it doesn't mean doomsday or anything like that. It's just like, just be mindful of your energy. Be kind to yourself. Be kinder to yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us really, justice, the fool. Wow, okay. So I feel like it's just like, highlighting the father, Aries. There's some fire right there as well. Funny enough, like, before I started, it's just like, hearing the horn of the train, it's like, oh, there's dad. You know what I mean? But I feel like strength in this time, so you may be feeling it as well, and I'm sorry if you are the same as myself, Kirsten Howard. There's millions of us that are sitting there and wishing that one person was there. But you know what I mean? It's like, make the most of every day. You know what I mean? Not every day is perfect. Doesn't mean it's a bad life. It's just like, you're feeling things. And that's the whole thing. Feel those emotions, because you know what? You feel it now, you won't feel it. You won't have to deal with it later on in life. It won't bleed over other aspects of your life. You know what I mean? Yesterday I told you guys I didn't even want to go for a walk. I just wanted to pull the covers over my head and stay in bed. But I'm glad we went out. It wasn't the best day, like with the sun and everything out, but it was still a really nice day. We all went out walking. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I feel like it got a little more cloudier as the day went on. It was pretty light out. Like, it wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? But it's just like, at the same time, it's just like, being in the fresh air and, oxygenating your body, oxygenating your blood. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just like, sometimes we got to push ourselves, a little bit to, something like a walk does really change your mental health. Being in the fresh air. That's why I don't mind shoveling the snow. When it's, 2 feet, I mind. We got 2 feet of snow. I thought it was 1 foot. And then I was like, no, well, it snowed Thursday. And then it snowed Sunday. And it kept snowing until Tuesday. So we got 2 feet of snow. So I feel like with that, I got exhausted. You know what I mean? And then it's just, all of a sudden, all these emotions came up. We have justice cards, so you may be a Libra, maybe an air sign, but they're showing justice here. I feel like balance. I feel like more coming into balance. You know what I mean? So if you're someone like myself where it's just been like go, 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 Um, last year I used my vacation time to help out my mom in her journey and move, which I'm not regretting what I did because I was very thankful that I was there. You know what I mean? I was glad I was there. I don't think anyone should be in the hospital alone or go through anything alone. You know what I mean? So I feel like in that way where it's just like things feel chaotic. They're not so much chaotic, they're busy. You know what I mean? Like, especially those of you that have blessed me with readings. Thank you very much for always loving and supporting me and trusting me with your energy. I feel like in that aspect, you know what I mean? It's like I sit there and I catch up and I'm almost completely caught up and then boom. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not, um, being ungrateful or anything. It's just like, you know what I mean? When you're the type of person like myself, it's like checking things off a list. It does something like mentally for me. You know what I mean? Like I finally was just like, I could have laid down for a nap yesterday and I'm just like, screw it. You know what I mean? Sit there, get the tree taken down and put it away. It wasn't a huge deal. It was just because where things have been moved around, it's just like I had to move some other stuff to get to the bin. So it's just like the storage isn't like what it used to be, which is fine. It is what it is. Make the most of it. But it's done. You know what I mean? And just like, you know what I mean? Just coming down here and visually seeing like that part is done. Because I'm the type of person that my tree is usually down by like New Year's Day. I would keep it up if Shane was going through the winter blues. You know what I mean? Because he loved a Christmas tree. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't care. Like, you want the tree up, the tree's up. I have no problem with that. But I'm just like, it was just, that flu, oh my word. I feel like that was the biggest thing. And it's like the cough lasts forever. It's just like, So it looks like, you know what I mean? I feel like we're going through this time. Maybe like with the Six of Cups is like spirit showing up, like, with Shane showing up in my dream. Very vivid. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's where it's just like, you know what I mean? You are loved and supported in this time where you may feel like, and a lot of us have been getting knockings of this brand new journey. And I feel like a lot of us feel like it's like, tiptoe through the tulips with me, sunshine, rainbows, throwing flowers everywhere. And it's very much not that situation. It's very much a situation where, you know what I mean? You are, releasing, it's a new moon. You're heading into this brand new beginning, but you're also in this time, very much the 9, where you're letting go. You know what I mean? And it's not so much letting go of him. It's so much of like, again, acceptance. But it's like, there's still that longing and missing and, going through certain situations in life. It's just like, I wish I could, pull myself into 2 so that part could take care of this part and this one could be the workhorse. You know what I mean? So it's just like, again, with the Justice card, you could be a Libra or you could be, again, coming into balance. I don't feel anything legally coming in, to be 100% honest. You know what I mean? Because usually this is a sign if you have some legal documentation going on. I don't know so much of a contract. I feel like so much of a, you know what I mean? Something promised, like a raise or something like that. So maybe that's where that part comes in. So we got the 2 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like something's going to come in, but I feel like instead of not knowing what to do, you will know what to do. Like, I know it's in reverse, you know what I mean? The eyes are kind of, it's like you're not knowing what's coming in, you know what I mean? But again, I feel like you know what you're going to do. The Hierophant is in reverse, but again, like, the 5 change. But again, even though it's in reverse, I feel like, again, you will have the downloads, you will have the information, you've had the signs. With myself, I'm lucky enough to get channeled messages, so I've trained myself to, like, I have a pen and a paper and a clipboard by my bed. I force myself to, write it down. I wake up, like, repeating someone's name, like my girlfriend's name, like, I sit there and I was just like, hey, oh my God, I woke up in the middle of the night repeating your name. She starts laughing and I'm just like, oh, they mentioned this. And she's like, okay. You know what I mean? Because I just did a reading for her and I was just like, just a heads up, They're showing the 3 of Swords. So exactly the kind of energy. I wasn't going to read those 3 cards, but then I saw the 3 of Swords underneath it. And it's like, yeah, healing is still taking place. You know what I mean? Especially right now, like, we're going, I feel like with us in the eastern side of Canada, I feel like we're going through our January thaw this week, so who knows what's going to happen with winter. Winter is literally 6 months here. November, December, January, February, March, April. You know what I mean? I feel like April will be a stretch. I feel like, mid-March will be, you know what I mean? I feel like we'll have something near the end of March, but like nothing crazy, but I feel like April will be like a lot of rain and everything. But that's what I don't understand. It's like we have 6 months of this cold and snow, and we've had snow since November 19th. It's like, why are we like 45 degrees in the summer? I don't understand it. Oh, it's global warming. I get that. I'm definitely someone that believes in that. But at the same time, it's like everywhere else across Canada is all these beautiful temperatures. Like literally like south of us, I understand. But we're by the water. You know what I mean? It's just like, ugh, it's crazy. It's like, it's time to move. Oh, look at that. We'll ignore that card. We have the sun literally at the bottom of the deck, but no word of a lie. It's just like, why? Tower card, good gravy. Do we have to have that there? Could be a positive tower. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. Literally every time, and I was just speaking of her, it's like every time I read for her, or not every time, but it's like that effing tower. She's like, tell Spirit to shove it up its butt. Just like, oh my word. I saw that. I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't accept it. I feel like this is prep time to get ready for retrograde. Be kind to yourself. It's actually retrograde is going to be right at the fast of Esther. If you're a person of faith, you read the book of Esther, where she saved millions of lives. So it's like her small sacrifice. So I don't remember how many days I did last year. I know for sure. I know I've done the fast from Thursday to Friday, but it's supposed to start the eve before her fast. So I would start it the day before. So I'm going to try. I believe I did 2 days last year. I'm not 100%. I don't remember. Maybe I should keep a better track of it. But I'm going to try and do 3 days this year. I feel like it's very much. If you're able to, with no harm to none. Drink water, though. Don't be dumb like me where everyone's like, no food, no water. You need water. I didn't drink water during a fast. I was like, I'll do a fast to thank God for, this positive journey that I just was coming to a close. And, does one have to do with the other? I don't know. I wasn't drinking water, and then my gallbladder went. So, I feel like I've been having gallbladder pain the whole time I was a surrogate, though. You know what I mean? I should have probably paid closer attention to that, but you know what I mean? I just drink your water. You know what I mean? And anyone that participates, I always tell them, sit there, and if you have to break it, you know what I mean? You tried. You know what I mean? Even if you did it for an hour, at least you tried. But I know for sure I've done it for a day. I think last year I did it for 2 days. I'm pretty sure I was doing it the eve of and then that day of. So, I'll try, because she fasted for 3 days. So I will start Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. So start Wednesday. So, you know what I mean? If it resonates with you, do it. If it doesn't, no worries. You know what I mean? You see fasting, like Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just like kind of like a reset for your body as well. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes we do, or if you're an emotional eater, or as David says, it's shame eating. I thought it was shame eating in private, and he's like, what? He goes, nothing. When, God, what was his name? Him and Stevie were both dating him. I thought that was funny, but yeah, that's all I see is him shame eating. I started laughing. But just be kind to yourself leading up to retrograde. If meditation resonates with you, definitely do it. But you know what I mean? It's all a mindset. You know what I mean? It's what you give your energy into. Like we were talking about jewelry. Like I love Sylvia Brown where she said that like she sells her jewelry when she was here. And I feel like her son does sell some of the pieces still. Like he doesn't sell all of them. She has a book of hers that he hasn't put out yet. So he, you know what I mean? He shares clips of her. And one of the things, and I love people that are genuine and authentic. It's like, she wears it, she's just like, I'm a vessel. And I say the same thing. I am a vessel. I'm not chosen or anything like that. All of us are born with this. It's just where we put our energy. And she was saying, like, the pendant she was wearing, she sits there, she wears it. Jenny, the medium, does the same thing, and she sits there and sells it to, someone that wants it. But I feel like that's like anything across the third eye necklace, anything that we wear. It's what we, wearing a jade bracelet. It's like what we put our energy into. But wear pieces that are, you know what I mean, that really resonate with you. You know what I mean? Like I'm very, how does lovely Mimi say it? Heavy-handed. I'm a heavy-handed person, so I'm very hands-on with a lot of things. Especially in the summertime. Sitting there and gardening and landscaping and doing this and that, cooking and all that stuff. Not all the time, but that's one thing I love about my job. Like, I have rings. You know what I mean? I wear some of my rings that I love, especially when my nails are long and I do them up. I love wearing my rings and stuff like that. I just get into those cycles where I like wearing stuff, and then I get into those cycles, I just like, get it all off. But I feel like it's just like whatever you put your energy into, like, crystals, anything. You know what I mean? It's just sit there and take what resonates with you. If retrograde is something that doesn't even go on your radar, God bless, just don't act like it never existed and never came across your ears. You know what I mean? But it's just like, they're showing a rose quartz. They're showing the one that I actually have on my table. So maybe meditation with a rose quartz. Or again, when we were talking about like the Ace of Cups, it's like make sure you're filling your own cup. Doing things for yourself. We always sit there and put ourselves on the back burner. I'm sitting there talking about this and I need to make a doctor's appointment. But I had a cough. I didn't feel comfortable going to blood work clinic and I have a cough. And it's like, these guys work 12-hour shifts on their feet. I'm sure they, you know what I mean? They get the worst treatment ever by people entitled idiots. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't want to sit there and, you know what I mean, give them a cough. Like I had the flu. It's like, even if, you know what I mean? I don't want to go near anyone with that. It's just, it's not nice. I'm that type of person. It's like, if I have a cold, I stay away from everybody. I'll wait till it's done and then we can get together. So, I feel like you will see your mindset changing. If you're able to go out for a walk, get into the fresh air, because it will help you change your mindset. You know what I mean? Like with myself, it's not pushing my feelings to the back burner or ignoring like they happen. It's just acknowledging them. He knows I miss him. He knows how much I miss him. It was nothing that, I chose, he chose. It's something that happened. So it's just like, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. You never know what people are going through. You know what I mean? That's why they say treat others how you want to be treated. Even if they're rude to you, smile. You're probably going through a bad day or you're just a B word, But either way, don't let bad people or bad situations change you. You keep still having your tender heart, your kind, tender heart. Keep pushing forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed this timeless reading. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next one.